Hi Stampers! My name is Gloria and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome back to our Bundles Bonanza Month. Today I'm sharing this quick, bright, fun card designed to bring cheer and sunshine to that favorite someone. I'll be using our Nothing's Better Than bundle, along with the dies, and some goodies that add fun dimension and helps us make a cute card in a jiffy. Here are the dimensions for our card today. We're going to start with that So Saffron cardstock and just fold it in half by holding the corners, matching the corners, and then taking our bone folder, slide across and up to make our base card. Set that aside. We're going to work on the background first. So taking our white Whisper White cardstock, we're going to start with the fun chocolate chip stamp. Now when I pick up that stamp, I always ask myself, foam or no foam? I see it's a photopolymer stamp. There's no foam, so I need to put down my foam mat to get the best image. So placing that down in the center, I'm going to use the Early Espresso ink pad. And we're just going to randomly stamp cookies. Pressing straight down, lifting straight up. It's perfectly fine to stamp off the edge, and it's also great to leave some blank space in between. So maybe adding one here. Remember to go off the edges. I always think of a triangular format for some random stamping, and maybe do one off the edge like that. So we have a background with our chocolate chips. I'm going to use my chamois cloth to wash that off so I don't put my fingers back into that ink, and set that aside. Now we want to add some fun sparkle. So in that stamp set, there's a cute little star, sort of a stamp. We're going to take that and we're going to use our Magenta Madness, which is one of our new in colors, and we're just going to stamp that randomly across. So just ink it up and stamp. And remember to leave some empty spots because we're going to also add one other stamp. Like so. All right, go ahead and use that chamois cloth again. Wash that off. And we're going to go back in with the Mint Macron color and do the same. So just inking up and putting some Mint Macron stars around. Up there. Don't forget the edges. Oh, let's see. That's probably pretty good. Might put one here. I think I want to put one more of the magenta ones. So we reach across and grab one more, and I want to park one up there. And that's probably good. Maybe one more around here. So it's perfectly fine to leave some blank spots. All right. We set that aside. Next we're going to work on making some fun cookies. So taking our crumb cake scrap and also our express, we're going to just take that in the espresso ink and stamp a few cookies. Like so. And actually the other color we're going to use is soft suede, which looks like this. There are framelits that you can use to cut those cookies out. So all you have to do is to take that framelit and your magnetic platform. I'm going to set the platform down, place your cardstock down, and put your little framelit in there. And remember, anytime that the magnet moves around on you, don't fight where the magnets are. You simply move your paper to the spot and find it. So we go ahead and place that over the image. We place the one magnetic platform, then the clear plate, then your cardstock and your framelit, and then the top plate. Send that through your Big Shot. And you'll end up with some fun images that look like this. Now, what I like about this image is that you notice there's a nice border around the edge. But if you are in a hurry and need to make a pile of cookies, here's a little fun tip. So take your image and this time pull out your 1-inch circle punch. And if you snug that over your cookie, you can center it and give it a punch. What this will give you is a cookie that is cut right along the edge without that border. I actually like the border a little better, but hey, in a pinch, this is a great tip. And then just take your stamping snips and cut out the little chewy bite. And you have a quick and easy little cookies. This is particularly helpful when we're making a pile of cookies, which we are going to do later on. So make some cookies using your soft suede cardstock and also your crumb cake cardstock. Next, we're going to work on our banner. So we're going to use that beautiful magenta color. And this time we're bringing in that triple banner punch, or banner triple punch, I should say. What is great about this one is that it takes strips of cardstock anywhere from 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2-inch strips. You simply, normally the punch sits like this. You slide it down to open, and that's how it punches. Slide your piece in all the way until it's snug, and I always like to check. Give it a little punch, and you have an instant banner. Now I want to add some fun dimension to this banner. So this time I'm taking our brand new Old World paper embossing folder, and I like to write a little cheat sheet on my embossing folders because this reminds me how to sandwich it. So I'm just going to put the cardstock in the center, and it says to use tab 1 on my regular platform. We don't need another plate underneath it, so you just simply take your embossing folder, it's one of our 3D ones, place it on that tab 1, and then put the blue embossing plate on top and send it through. Once you're done with that, you end up with this really cool texture. It looks like this. Isn't that fun? So it looks like old world crinkled paper. All right, let's work on our sayings next for this project before we put everything all together. We're going to use our tailored tag punch to punch out a piece. And then also our large oval punch to do our saying. Let's work on one of those at a time. So, as I get older, I'm having a hard time seeing white on white. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that paper so I have some contrast to work with. Our saying is going to be really fun. It's going to say, "You are just like cookies." So here's that mounted on the block. We're using our Macron color to do that. Just tap, tap, tap. And then you're going to place that towards the top. 1, 2, 3, and lift. You are just like. And then we're going to use the word cookies in espresso. So we're going to tap, tap, tap gently. And just place that underneath. 1, 2, 3, and lift straight up. And then I want to add some pizzazz to that. So we're going to go back in with that little star. Tap, tap into the magenta, and we're going to put one in one corner and put one in the opposite corner. There we go. That's going to be our saying on the outside. You are just like cookies. Our inside saying is using that wide oval punch. Bringing that back in, we're going to use the espresso color again. It says, "You make everything better." So tap, tap, tap. And center that on top. 1, 2, 3, lift. And there you go. We want to add a little pizzazz to that as well. I'm going to start with the magenta. Making one here. Wash that off. We're going to come back in with our mint macaron, just tapping gently. And I want one maybe towards the bottom, like here, and then also one towards the top. So we have kind of a diagonal look. 3 always looks great on any project, an odd number of accents. And we're ready to assemble our card. We just have one more thing to punch out, and that is our matching mint macaron cardstock. And we're going to grab that 2-inch circle punch, slide it in, give it a quick punch, catch it in the air. All right, let's go ahead and put this card together. To assemble, we're going to take, let's do the inside of this card, and I'll tell you why in a second. All right, let's go ahead and we want to stamp a little accent here. We're going to come back in with those cookies in the espresso color. And we're going to stamp 2 of them. And go a little bit in from the edge, like so. And we might want to do the second one maybe like that. And they can overlap a little bit, and in a second you'll know why. We want to add a little color on those cookies. So let's go ahead and ink that up in our soft suede color. Now this color is very dark, so I'm going to bring my junk cardstock back in, or junk paper. I'm going to stamp off my first impression there onto junk cardstock so that whatever I stamp on the inside is going to be just a wee bit lighter. So we're just giving a little color to those cookies. Same thing, we're going to just put on top. There you go, some little cookies. All right. Let's go back to the front cover. We're going to start by taping those cookies onto the front of the cardstock. You can use your favorite adhesive. Turn that paper, the cardstock over, and you're going to put your adhesive in the 4 corners. I'm using double stick tape, but we have other runners that are fantastic if you like using the runners. We're going to take that and put that right along the bottom, leaving a little bit of a margin at the bottom and the 2 sides, just about a 1/4 inch or so. Center it and place it down. Once you've done that, we're going to take a strip of the early espresso cardstock. I love to bring those same colors back in. Again, I put tape on along the edge there in the center, making sure that nothing is peeking over. And I'm going to put that right along the top. All right, we're going to add the tag next. So you can go ahead and adhere the magenta tag onto the card, like so, and go ahead and attach our macaron circle in the center. Oops, we have a little tape peeking out, so you want to make sure that there's no adhesive showing. All right, lastly, we're going to add the saying, "You are just like cookies." This one I want to add a little dimension to it, so I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals. These are 2-sided, so grab your favorites here and put it along the corners. There are lids on top of all of these, so you want to pull those lids off so that we have adhesive on both sides. And we're going to go ahead and place that on top of our macaron circle. I like to position it so that the brown shows about halfway around down the tag, or you can just center it in your macaron. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it in the macaron first, and then move the macaron so that the tag is halfway up along the edge there. I like that position. There we go. The last thing we need to do is add some fun embellishments. So we're going to take one of our crumb cake cookies. This one I also want to add a little fun dimension to it. So taking 2 dimensionals, I'm going to place that on the back. And we're going to put the little fun accent somewhere around here. Don't press down yet, we might want to move that. And then we'll also take 2 of the suede ones. I'm going to tuck one of the suede ones up at the top here. So I wanted to attach it with a little glue dot. So our glue dots look like this. I don't touch the glue dots. I want to place the glue dot along the edge opposite the bite mark. So I'm going to take that and just tuck it kind of back here like this, so it's peeking out. And then I want to take the other one. I do want some dimensionals on this one. So we're using the mini dimensionals again. Peel off the lid. And we're just going to put it maybe right along here. So kind of hanging off the tag a little bit. Oops, we don't want to cover up cookies. I'm going to go down just a wee bit. Like that. All right, to finish off the inside, we're going to just add the saying. So the outside says, "You're just like cookies." The inside is going to say, "You make everything better." Center that and tape it inside with your favorite adhesive. And the last thing we want to do is add one more cookie to give it some dimension. So using one of the suede ones. When we're all done, the inside of the card looks like this. And the outside. And there you have it. Really fun, and don't forget, since you have these beautiful stamps, you can decorate the outside of your envelopes with a pile of cookies as well. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've learned some fun ideas using one of my favorite bundles. As always, you save 10% when you buy our bundled products. If you need any supplies and don't already have a demonstrator, you can shop anytime on my website. Please use the July Hostess code shown. Also, this is our final week for Bonus Days promotion. You get a $5 coupon code for each $50 you spend now through August 3rd. Save those coupon codes that will be emailed to you so you can shop your favorites in August, including anything in our exciting holiday catalog. If you're one of my frequent stampers, you should have received your catalog in the mail. If you haven't, just let me know and I'll get one to you. If you've enjoyed these ideas and tips, please like this video with a thumbs up below and subscribe to be notified when I do my next video. See you then. Stay safe and healthy.